do this. Can that see me? I don't know. Okay. Okay, we're gonna just slide the screws out of the way because we know we're gonna use different screws. Wow, handstand, perfect. All right. So it was. You take your rubber gasket off, and then it'll be separator. Which here, just remind myself that goes there. With the round nut, that comes off. Regular nut comes off. This comes off. Wowzers, this one's bad. And then our speeder should come off. Yes. That is also very bad. And then, okay, so this is the beginning of our vacuum assembly. There is that piece. And it very nasty. Then we have this guy. You can see the rust here. That is a grease slinger. There's grease that goes in there. But I think the next thing we should do, because this whole thing can come out, let us take our screwdriver and get the 4 perimeter screws here and break it in half and separate the halves like so. I'm starting to get the because my face is right here. I can smell it. Oops. Guess we can remove the exhaust cap. Check. There's one. Alright, I know there's one over here. Somewhere in that general vicinity. Yes. Okay. So now the halves should be separable. Yes, and this is not going to fall out or anything. Hand. Okay. We can remove our top. There's our top. And all his gloriness. I've put the screwdriver under the top. Now I have it. Alright. See this? I'm wondering if this has been into before. Genuine question. I don't know, but I've never seen one with those markings before. So, it's interesting. Now, I've always had a question. Now that I got one that's never... Are these screws the exact same length? Yes, okay. I have a lot of screws that I have purchased to replace any screws that are really rusty or bad. So that's something. They're in this area somewhere. You can see the rust on the stator is impressive, as is the rust on the clips for the brushes. I think this thing was left with water in it many times, or even they didn't dry out the basin and then put it on the basin and then put it in the closet. So what little moisture was in the basin just evaporated up in there. That came out good. Alright, then we can raise it up. Alright, where's my... Look at how much brush dust there is. Alright, where's my... There it is. Alright. Look at how much brushes are left, though. And look, they're in very good shape. Alright, that one we'll put over. And put that one over here on the right. Do I have a Sharpie handy? I do. It's black, which actually shows up. I'm going to just put a spludge and a spludge to say that one goes on that side. Just so that way this will help it seat on the armature better. I'm not trying to break them in. Ooh, that one, okay, that one came apart. That was unexpected. Alright. It really, really doesn't want to let go. Oh, there we go. Okay. The good news is these things are genuinely, believe it or not, designed to do that. That spring is in such great shape. It's amazing how good of a shape that is when the rest of it isn't. All right, we're gonna just give me the clippy. Give me the clippy do. All right, remember, kids, righty loosey, lefty tighty. Whee! Das Fan. We can see our top bearing now. It is an LU, so this is, everything's been pointing to the statistics that this is a very late model. Like 97, 98 model. Very late in its life. Let's see. Just gonna take a moment, because, yes, I'm short. Okay, I don't trust myself. I need... That's not enough. Ooh, is that a quarter? No. This is not... None of these are my good tools. This is just my other tool pile. I just need a 1/4 inch anything for these. Oh, you're gonna make me get up. Ugh. Really? I don't have anything over here. Floor? Question mark? New. Alright, well. Alright, now genuine question, Patrick. Where would something that would solve that problem be? Those are questions we must ask ourselves. That might work. That might fit. Ooh, and that might fit. These are worth a try. Number 2 of ER2. Yes, let me have that sweet while I'm here. Along with an indie pack. You've been sitting here draining this battery, haven't you, your little yeah. Alright. I have found solutions to our current conundrum. I've also brought automation because I was up. So why not? Alright, survey says, like a glove, darling. those are in very condition. Alright, that came out. Alright, and that bearing is out. It could be better. But it's not that bad. But it is the one at the top. So, you know. Alright, so on the top of this guy, we have a orange rubber washer, a little crush washer, and then this guy. Now, okay. Okay, no, go back in your hole. Go back in your hole, please. Thank you. This way it keeps all the bits in order. Look at all the dust here. Alright, this is my lower bearing. The shaft's in really good shape. The, that could be better, but that's just surface rust, really. Besides that, it doesn't look that bad. Alright, this is our middle bearing, and it's in its little rubbery boot. The rubbery boot is very, very dirty. That's pretty bad. I don't know if you can hear the... You can hear moments where it's like, has a dry, scrapey spot. It's not the worst bearing I've ever seen, but it could be better. Okay. So now we have, so to help us review and understand, there's our stator. Okay. And now we have our base, which now what we can do, alright, so you sit there. Okay, well, that's our rubber booty. He sits in there like that. This is for future me. Then we have this spacer, which is in very condition. Alright. But now here's the thing. This part, so, okay, we're going to set you over in your little tray. I'm going to set you down over there. Pick this up. For now, I should be able to... Okay, maybe I gotta take those loose. I can never remember the order. Okay, we are going... See, I genuinely believe this has been into before. Like, all the statistics point that this has been in before. Somebody's been here before. Or when it was put together by somebody on a Friday afternoon. These are both equally possible. I think I have a better one of these that isn't full of holes. I mean, this does affect performance a little bit, but not a lot. Here we go. Yeah, and whoever, yeah, see, this has been into before. Surely it's been into before. Like, okay. There. Oh, shoot. Alright, let me put my hand. The penetrator I got for getting the first piece off, the metal ring, is now all over the desk. So, you know, that's something. Okay, now, having done what we've done the way we've done it, this piece comes free. This piece comes free. This is our vacuum assembly. we can take our housing, complete with stator, because I haven't cut any wires. I don't want to, really. There is our, see, oil everywhere. Ugh! I'll be right back, I need rags! Nasty Biko shirt was much closer to hand, and it's definitely a shirt I'm never wearing in public again, so perfect rag. Alright, now this is very dirty. It's like one of those things it's been into before, but this was many years and moons ago. Now one must be very careful with this. So we have these 4 clippy doos. We have to very gently, and the clippy doos hinge here. So you gotta remove them from this side, but carefully, because those little hinge points will break. So you have to be very careful. Alright. There it is. Okay. Alright. This is our very bottom piece. This is all one integral piece. And this is just one piece. There's no other pieces here. Then we have this guy, which goes this way. So if I do this, it sits here. Then there's this guy. So we will flip and he sits here. Then there's this guy, which we will flip. Wow, it's nasty. And we will sit here. And then we will set this here. Then we will take this and flip here. And then all that's left, believe it or not, besides a big nasty, and it's very big nasty, is our final bearing. So I'm going to flip this back. So now I must take care of, this is called the grease ring or slinger ring. It's one of the things that it has a purpose in life. And that purpose is to keep this all from happening. But it never does. And again, this is one of those things that you have to be very careful. Because you got to take this little ring. My head's in the way. Ew. Alright. Oh, and there's more. Ooh. Just look at the absolute state of this thing. Like, if growth. I just gotta figure. I can't remember the trick. TM. I would like a more precise flathead screwdriver. Ooh, I have a little tiny baby knife. That actually might work better. It bends over a little further than it should. Ah, yes. Okay. So this is actually supposed to stay in here with... Woohoo! Alright, let's do that. And then let's see if we can... Ooh, wow. Look at that. That's crunchy. Alright, so that guy goes in there. And then this piece sits in here. So, fun fact, this is supposed to be full of grease. Note the lack of grease. Then we have this oofta may. And then, really, right here, there's just the bearing. That's all that's left. Okay, that really didn't want to come out of the hole. Okay, and then this guy also has a rubber booty. Oh, I can barely spin that. That's bad. That's very bad. I mean, I'm going to do something here, because I think I have another one of these. Just look at the absolute state of that. And it's all just rust and dried grease. I mean, look at the shirt now. Look at me. It's just nasty. So now begins the fun process of cleaning. But conveniently, and the best way to do so is soapy water and a scrubby brush, because this is aluminum. This does not rust. None of this. This is all aluminum. This is all aluminum. If I had a magnet handy, I'd prove it, but I don't. So, meh. That's a lie. Yeah. Anyway, so it can get wet all day long. So, and this is just Bakelite. It's just plastic. Okay, so now, in the interest of science, I would like to... Is it possible to put the slinger... No, okay, that's a bad idea. Okay. I'm trying to not lose the order of these items. The clips, so like these clips, these are, you can see they started to rust. So these, I can't just go and sit in a, this I can go put in a tote of water and just let it marinate. I can't do that with these. So these will have to get cleaned correctly, as will everything else. But what we can do is, instead of playing with all that right now, which takes time and effort and all that jazz, off to the side, out of shot, soon to be in shot. Alright, so we're going to set that all to the side. We have a conveniently already prepared unit. That's the inside basin to the one that we just played with. I'll set him down. This is the custom cord TM, which we will set on the ground. So, the problem with this, though, this pre-prepared unit, is it's all wrong. But all the parts are clean. So, what we can do is... swear vigorously at the fact I've used electrical tape to wrap the cord up and I didn't leave a flag like a rookie. There we go. Right. It does beg the question, because the other bucket, the one we just played with, well, it's real nasty, but it does have its factory cord and its factory switch. Huh, we may do some electrical malarkey here. But first, let's remove whatever I was doing here. I'll be honest with everyone, I don't remember. This thing's probably been in this condition for years. It's just, I know the brushes aren't very good, and the shaft is wrong, and we're gonna inspect that here in just a minute when I get this other shaft that we just pulled out of that one handy. But the cool thing is, since this has been cut, excuse us. Okay, we can just simply take our little wiring nut friend and bust him loose, like so. Take this little guy and bust him loose, like so. So these can sit right here just like that. And then literally all these gubbins, God, I've gotten so used to Knipex. I picked up a pair of Kleins just now, and they feel so, like, naughty in my hand. It's wild. Okay. There's the whatever that was. But what we can do, because I think I'm going to use this cord here on something else. I don't know what I dropped. But I don't care. I am hoping, can I have the thing, please? Just one. Yes. Yes. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm taking the cord off. It's unimportant and irrelevant to the current state of affairs in every way, shape, or form. Now we have the base TM. So now what I want to do is, because I know what I know the way I know it, is step one, we're going to do our pins again. I'll be honest, these brushes, I don't care about as much. I know that's mean, but it's true. Don't give me that back. I want that back. That one's in better condition than the one I took off. Give it. Give it back. I got it. All right, where was your little doodad? Or have I already done your doodad? I've already done your doodad. All right, cool. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that brand new bearing. All right, now we repeat the process very, very, very carefully, like so. I also like this base more. It's got a different design that I really like. I think it's an older style. Alright, yeah, alright. So there's that bearing. And it's brand new and smooth as butter. Alright, this one does indeed have the same. There's this stator. It's in better condition, but it's still very conditioned. I'm going to set that up here. Okay. See? Brand new bearing. Doesn't sound right, does it? I don't know. Alright. But this guy does indeed have all the same gubbins here. Let us take a moment to appreciate the fact I think there is still a spider attached to the base of this thing. Whoops. I forgot a step. Alright, well. Note how these are slightly different screws. Because I ran out of good ones, so I bought some. They are similar. They are not the same. Though they're more than adequate. They're the same style. For those paying attention, yes, this is eventually going to fall. Not yet, apparently. Okay, so now it should have fallen by now. Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a good seal on it. Alright. There's that base. Damn. Alright. Look at this, though. Look, just can we take a moment to appreciate? This is brand spankingly new. If I flip you, are you going to come off? No. Okay, cool. Can I? Hang on. Yes, I'm a genius. I swear, isn't there a winch up here? There is a winch up here. It's the wrong size. I don't want to use an adjustable wrench on camera. I'm not that kind of person. Alright, fine. You talked me into it. I'm now going to proceed to use it incorrectly because I never used these things before in my life. Just go and get the right size socket. But I'm lazy. And it worked. Yeah. Alright, fine. Give me the channel locks. Give me the wrong tool. Why is it? It's wanting to fall out. That's what's holding it together right now. I understand. I do. I understand. Oh, I gotta take that part off first. I just did this. How have I already forgot? Alright. No, that's fine. Everything's fine. Can I? Are you gonna just? Can we? Okay. The real curiosity that we want to answer is these shafts are exactly the same. What? What? That doesn't make sense. What? Huh? Okay, so explain. I thought. Get your little springy butt back on there. Okay, so the whole reason I am confused, and the reason that this was not put back together and functional, was the shaft wasn't long enough. In that, once you put this guy on, and you tighten the nut a quarter turn, you could not spin the unit. Which doesn't make sense. Okay, so something is wrong. I don't know what, but something is wrong with this assembly. So, having just done the other one, we will take this loose. Again, note the slightly different screws. You can see how much how these are already been cleaned. I mean, yeah, it's not perfect, but that's okay. It's gonna get adhesive for the gasket that goes here. So it's just got to be clean and got a good surface for the goop to stick to. And it's genuinely called goop. Don't say goop. It's genuinely goop. Alright. Uh-huh. I know there's another one. Huh. One of these is not like the others. Alright. So, that guy. That guy. Yeah. Alright, this guy. Which, again, he could be better. I'll admit it. But, you know, it's better than the other one. And you'll note how there's grease here. So, well, my grease did a good job of being greasy. So, so this is all going to stay just like it is. Right here, just like that. Yeah, sure. Okay. Cool. So, if I go back through, where's the little doody-doop? Alright, clippy-doo. The one. Clippy-doo another. Brand new clippy-doo. Which you can only buy in packs of 5. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Okay. Okay, so we just did the other one, right? There's our bearing and our booty right here. So, but we can pick this up right here like this. But right here is the same thing. It's a rubber boot and a bearing. That's the same as that. And then we have this guy. Which sits in that little gap. Yes. Okay, I understand. And then we have this guy. And then this guy. This guy. If you see a discrepancy, please speak up. This guy. This guy. And then this guy with this bit. Help me understand. Why? So why would the... I just noticed this has got a broken thingamaboob right here. I don't understand. Okay. There's this. Okay. Hang on. You sit there, but gently. I'm going to take you sit down there, but gently. Okay. So. Alright. This is the other... Yes, this is the one we took off of that one. It's in that condition. Okay, so. Okay, so. So we have our... Alright, we're going to just... Is there a rubber booty in there? Yes, there is a rubber booty in there. So. Mr. Nasty's on the left. New is on the right. This is slightly different, but you know, it is what it is. Do I have anything that constitutes even a remotely straight edge that's reasonably flat to a degree that I can confirm or deny the allegation that, yeah. Okay. Okay. So these parts are the same. Sure. Oh yeah, they are most certainly the same height and all that jazz. So these guys are the same. I can't... Let me have... Wait. I know this is dumb. We just have unbearing. It ain't even got to be the one that was in there. We just have unbearing. Get back in your spot. Okay. This way I can stack the things back on top of each other. Okay. Then we have this guy. And this guy. So these are both orientated correctly. And then this guy was this way. This guy was this way. And then this has this little ring that sits down in there like that. This one is, that's the way this one is. Okay, so that's correct. And then that has this. And that has this. And then that had this guy, right? This guy goes here. I know we're missing a piece. Where did he go? I put him over to the side. No, I don't remember where that was. Thanks for asking. All right, well, there's the rubber. Ah, I found him. There's the rubber booty. There's this guy, okay, that guy. Let me just have unbearing. Just for posterity. So this guy goes on here like so. I don't understand. Because when I took this apart, I know it free spun because we all saw this. So, but it does spin. So I knew the resistance was this. But the shafts, not only are they the same length, they're the exact same design. Which is actually, genuinely, kind of scary. Because that means I've been working with, this is late model stuff. I thought it was like an early model to late model thing. I don't have it handy. The early, or at least I don't think so. The early style D4 separators, this is the separator, is of a shorter stature and has instead of being vertical, they're like this, but they're a different height. So I figured that's why this shaft wasn't working. It was designed for a different height. But no, because the separator, I took off of this nasty one. It's not this one. It's in there in the kitchen. I cleaned it. It's gray, but it's the exact same one. They just went to gray at the end, but the design's the same. And heck, I know it's a late one because the later ones have this collar. So you may not believe me if I tell you I have a third rainbow off camera. And he's a little dirty. He may or may not have been sitting outside for a little bit. Because this is supposed to be the quote-unquote good one. That is supposed to be usable so I can vacuum my carpets and whatnot. And is in desperate need of a cleaned separator. But you'll note... No, you won't because you can't see because you're over there. Because I've just set my phone on top of my desk, expecting that to be a good filming position. It may have been doing sheetrock and concrete. We'll gloss over that. But I'm actually pick you up. Note how this has a different... I am still recording, right? Yes, I am. It's been 45 minutes. Really? Okay, cool. This is a different design. This is an older one. I know this 1000% for sure. I've got spidey webs all over me. Ugh, crumble. So none of this is making any sense right now. Is the moral of the story. I'm not going to put that back on. I've just decided. What I am going to do is I'm going to put the nut back on. So I don't lose the nut. I don't know if you can hear that. I have a piece of debris is stuck in there. That's why it's making very unhappy noises. Okay, so no, because they're all separate, so that's not a thing. I don't understand. Is it okay? Genuine question. Have I got bearings? Because I just ordered bearings that are the same specifications. I didn't order Rainbow branded bearings because that's dumb. They're not made by Rainbow. They just ordered bearings from a manufacturer. So let's take our... Can I have this bearing back, please? We know this was what was in there. No, those are the same height. It's not that. Okay. So, you go there. You go there. You gotta do it. You gotta put it back together like this. Because of the groove here. And then this guy goes on top of here. Is there an orientation to this? There is. Okay. Folks, if that's what it was, I'm going to be so upset. Oh, okay. Okay, bye. Alright, which one's the... quote unquote... Do we want to use... I mean... Given the state of the brushes and everything, and that they're perfectly set to this, we're going to use the shaft we just yanked out of the nasty. Alright. This is 3000 grit sandpaper. It's very dirty.